Hey everybody, Hammer here. Welcome to episode 9 of my Let's Play series for Sky Factory 3. And I know last we left, we upgraded some Tinker's tools, and I have definitely been putting those to use. And you can see more trees grown. All I'm doing right now is I am getting more resources. Definitely need them. Off camera, I did manage to complete a couple things. I managed to enchant this diamond sieve mesh. There we go, diamond stiffen mesh. Jeez, Civ Fortune 3. So that has been helping with gathering a lot of resources, and that's pretty much what I've been doing lately. Is just a lot of resource gathering. I've made a few changes in the base. You can see the manual sifters are gone. I added this barrel here because I was doing a lot with some crushed endstone, trying to get bits and get basically some endstone dust out of that, so I could hopefully create some ender pearls. It didn't work out so well for me, so I was trying a few other things. But also created an area over there, which was primarily created so I could get some flowers. I made some fertilizer. Is it? Let's see. F-E-R-T. Excuse me, allergies are really bad today. Some floral fertilizer to give me the Botania flowers, and got all but 2 of those going so far, and that I was able to get the black flowers I needed, so I could turn those into petals, and then using a mortar and pestle from Botania, which, oh yeah, put all my tools over here, right there, pestle and mortar they're calling it, and use that to create floral powder, and then I could create a book and quill. And using the enchanter from Ender.io, I was then able to create the enchant I needed for that sieve mesh. I'm going to have a lot more that I'm going to want to do, but for now, the one will help out a lot. I changed quite a bit here. This I had to create because I did wind up using this area up here. As you can see, there are cows there. I did lure a cow in with some cow bait, and it's the area I used to get my cow in a jar. I really thought that was going to be a lot more difficult than what it was. It actually turned out to be pretty simple. And I started filling this out a little bit more in here. Got a lot more compacting drawers. Got some glowstone in here for some light. And started to actually make this a real floor instead of the half slab down here, which was really getting annoying to me. But what I'm getting actual, well, I'll go back in here. I don't know why I left. Show you actual ender pearls. Got quite a few things actually, but what I'm getting 4 ender pearls, which I will be using 2 of them to create a couple of builders so that I can create a tree farm. And we'll show you about that in a little bit. But I've been using the bag opener to get loot, and I'm going to set it up at some point so that I'll keep the loot I want, and the rest will go through the loot recycler so that I can get more loot bags. But for now, yeah, it's we're getting a few things here. Some things we want to keep, some things we don't. Yeah, we'll keep that. We've already got some of those. Paper's good. All this stuff, keepers. So we'll just take that for now. And oh yeah, we can, while we're here, we might as well sort out the rest of the stuff. I haven't been around it much, so I haven't gotten a whole lot yet, but I've gotten enough goodies out of there. That turns out that that actually has worked out very well for getting things. This whole manual tree farm stuff, that's about to go away. I think that is going to be one of today's goals, is actually getting an automated tree farm so that we can use that. And from there, I will also, after that's done, we're going to work on actually getting some more sag mills set up, some more power, some more. I did create another capacitor bank, so I can get a couple of those together for more energy. And we're going to start getting some auto sifting and all that going, just because things have been really slow doing it manually, and if I can set it up to be more automated, I'd be much happier. Then it can happen while I'm not even on, and I can come back to all kinds of wonderful loot. Yay. But for now, I could. I don't know why I'm not doing this. There, everything that don't need, or everything that has a spot, is now taken care of. Still not quite where I need to be with everything up here. Oh, there's another. I'm trying to remember what I did. Oh, I know what I did with those. Let's get those out of here. No, no, no. You do that. Let's keep you out of my inventory. There. It always has a problem with that. I mean, yeah, I just put them down here for the time being. I'm getting quite a few different saplings, which is good. I mean, we're going to need those, especially the ones for the slime, the purple slime sapling and the blue slime sapling. That'll be good. That'll mean I don't have to worry about a slime farm or anything like that. I can actually just use the trees and create a slime farm via that method, which would be fantastic. It actually usually works out pretty good. As long as they didn't change a lot in this pack, that should really work. So I think for now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, cut these trees down, tear this area up a little bit, make some changes, and then I'm going to go ahead and build out, probably in this direction, and create an automated tree farm. So I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera, since it's a lot of long work, and we will be back as soon as that's done. So we'll see y'all in a bit. Okay, just wanted to stop and give you a quick update as to what's going on. I cleared out my tree farm here. I don't know what I'm going to put here yet. Probably some kind of a farm anyways at some point. But for now, it's just going to be an open space until I decide what I want to do with it. Got any suggestions, go ahead and list them in the comments for the video, and I'll take a look at them. But I created this path out here. I want to get a little bit beyond that small farm there. And here's where I'm going to create my tree farm. Yes, it's a large area. I could put more here, but I've used this in the past. I saw Soren actually build this on I think it was a Forgecraft 8 series, or maybe it was 10. I don't remember. But anyways, it's the latest Forgecraft series that Direwolf had. And Soren had built a tree farm using the builders from RF Tools. Let's do it this way. Using these right here, the builder block. He had two of them. One essentially would knock down all the trees, and the other one would replant. And the reason he had to do this is, of course, Ender IO wasn't in the pack. And so it became, a challenge, and he did it. And it actually works really, really well. It was that stupid sticky key for the controller, but it works really well. I really like the way it works, so I am going to use it here. Yes, I do have Ender IO in this pack, and I could use that. It works great for tree farm, but I could use a paper axe and actually go through and use or get it so it's unbreakable with different enhancements to it. But it's still uses a bit of energy, quite a bit. And this one, the way it was set up, it's very self-sufficient, and I'm just going to go ahead and run with it and see how that goes. But I needed lots of extra room for all the drops. I want to make sure that because I'm actually going to, the area I'm going to give is going to go way up, but you wind up excluding things like torches and these pressure plates. Through some experimentation is how Soren figured out that pressure plates work really well for this to exclude, but you want to exclude the torches as well, or it will grab those. So you wind up telling it to plant in between a certain area, and it will plant wherever there's dirt. And then to tear everything down, you want to, it's going to be a larger area, and because you want to include all of the saplings and everything, all the leaves for the trees that get particularly crazy. But like I said, it works well, it works fast, and you get a lot of wood quick. And like I said, even though you have it create its own fuel, it works great. So yeah, 21 by 21 platform. So it's lots and lots of area. Right now, it's currently lit up. I believe I have it the F7 on. Can't really see anything because it's lit up just right. If I get rid of you, yes. So it is on. Then you can see, you can get spawns there. So now that I know that, I'll turn that off. Don't need it right now. But there's a quick update. I will come back here after I go ahead and get some more things together and get some things built, and then we'll continue on. So we'll catch you in just a little bit. Okay, so we're back, and I've just built both the builder blocks that we're going to need. As you can see, we already planted the farm with the trees. Trees are growing amazingly. Now what we have to do is we have to get a couple quarry cards. And what we're going to need is we're going to need the clearing quarry and the regular quarry card. So we're going to need a bit of things here, but the main thing we're going to need is 2 of these. So 8 paper. Okay, paper perfectly, and everything else we do have downstairs. I did double check. I have everything I'm going to need for this. So let's go ahead and look at that again real quick. So I need 4, 2, and 4. And perfect. So we can go ahead and create both of those, because we need both of those. Those are the heart of the quarry card. Either way, this one, it's basically, so I'm making 2 of these, and then I'm putting glass around 1. So that's essentially what I'm doing. So I'm going to need, let's see, so 8 diamonds and sticks. Oh, I forgot sticks. So I have to go run back up and get some sticks. Let's just do it that way. There we go. Yes. And like I said, 8 diamonds. We should have plenty. Yep. Well, it's not a tremendous amount. It is more than enough. And we do this. 1, 2, 1, 2, and 4 and 8. See, math is important, kids. 1, and since it's got things that do not stack, you have to make them separately. All right, so there's both our quarry cards, but now we got to make one a clearing. So we need 8 pieces of glass. Oh. Come on, there we go, and boom. So now we have both of our quarry cards, and we have our builders, so we can turn those into quarries. So that is the foundation for this particular tree farm. Next thing we're going to have to, we do have to, I almost forgot, we have to create filters for this particular one. And yes, it's that one. So we got a little bit more crafting we're going to have to do. And then when we go to, let's see, to power this, we're going to need some, going to need a furnace. And we're also going to actually use red coal for this. If you've not seen red coal, that, if I can find it. I think, here we go. This is part of extra utilities too. And charcoal in a resonator, coal or charcoal. So that's, and this is a great fuel source. This is why we need to get into extra utilities too and get some GP going. Because the more GP grid power that we get, the more burn time we can get out of this red coal. And once you have a ridiculous amount of GP, then flying and everything is possible with some of the things that they have, and I'm telling you, you can do a lot with it. It's one of my favorite mods, at least parts of it, and it enables a lot of things. And red coal is a great. Uh, Typically, I would say in normal mine in a normal type of mod pack, it's a good early to early mid level power source, and it can even carry on further. But in this, it's going to take a little bit more, and that might actually prove to be the challenge because in order to make that, we have to make grid power. To do that, usually the easiest way to start out with, anyways, I mean, yes, you can use the manual mill, but you got to get the resonating redstone crystals. These are the tough ones, and there's no way to actually get those other than to create them. And to create them, you have to do it from an ender shard, which is glass cutter, and an ender pearl to give you 8. Um, sure, you can get ender shards from crushed endstone in a string mesh through a regular sieve, but chances 2% chance, that's pretty low. Even lower, a 0.5% chance for ender lily. I mean, ideally, at some point, we're going to want to use ender lilies to create a ender pearl farm, and then there's good sources of power using ender pearls in that for later on. But that's quite a ways down the road. For now, that's what we're working with. Let's see. I still haven't upgraded the mob farm. I have enchanted this sieve mesh. I haven't done this, but I did do this off camera. Did already do this. Inferium seeds. That's going to be coming up. Manic, that's easy. Start a food farm and Inferium essence farm. We have half of that done. We have a food farm. We have a few different crops. We have carrots. We have potatoes. We have rice, because that's great for paper, as well as you can use the rice to make slime balls. So we have that, and we have wheat, because well, we have lots of uses for wheat. Still haven't made any snad in a sugarcane farm, but that will be coming up. That'll be another relatively easy thing to do. Nesting pens. Okay, that's coming up. And then we move on to this is where it really starts to get interesting for me, where you're actually growing a lot of your resources. And once you start getting there and things really start moving along, the game really picks up in speed and you get quite a bit done quickly. You start not having these limits that we currently have, and like I said, that's when to me it really gets interesting and really gets fun. But automating this tree farm is going to be great, and then we start the wood resource isn't a problem, and then we have some other resources that aren't going to be as big of a problem, and we'll be cruising along just fine. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and continue on with the off-camera resource gathering and seeing what I can do about. I mean, I have a couple ender pearls yet, so I could create some of these solar panels to get some basic grid power. But then we need here it is the resonator, resonating redstone crystal, block of coal, no big deal. The rest of this isn't a big deal. We have the resources. This is the one that we don't have right now, but we are able to create them. But actually, what I will probably do at this point, I think this has gone on for a bit yet. No, we still have a little bit of time, so we'll go ahead and continue on. I'm going to try and figure out. Ideally, the water mills are what we want to create. There's a pattern we can use with these that will give us a ridiculous amount of GP, and it's probably you can get 16 GP out of each one, and yeah, that's just fantastic. So that's what we're going to work towards, but we've got a ways to go. And maybe that's what I'll wind up putting right here in the middle is I'll go ahead and start the water mill tower and for the GP that we're going to need. But yeah, we'll just wind up using this furnace and a resonator to go ahead and create the fuel that we're going to need. And so we'll be back here in a little bit after I get some more crafting done and some resource gathering done. So we'll catch y'all in just a few. Okay, just wanted to quick touch base, show you what we got going here. This is going to be the start of my water mill tower for GP. And where you see these cobblestone blocks, that's where I'll have more of the water mills go. And where you see all this, that's where the where the water path will be. There's a specific pattern you have to follow, but this gives you so much GP, it's not funny. And these only work with running water. They will not work with a water source. So that's the key to making this work. So what you have to do is you have these little plus signs around each one. You put your water right in the middle. And that right there will create a fair amount of GP. So see 16, 16, 16, 16. That's the max that these can generate. That means that they're generating GP from each side, and they can do 4 GP per side. So these are maxed out. It gives me 80 GP right off the bat with just these 5. And that's pretty darn good, really. So we're going to start with that. Now we should have, I can turn this back off, should have plenty of GP. I can run an upgrade in here without actually running out. But I don't really need it now that I've gotten this done. And I'm still really, really, really shy on a lot of things that I need to really continue on. So let's see what else. I've got these and these because I need another resonator, which means I need more redstone, more resonating redstone ore. What do we have? We only have 4. That's enough to create part of what we need. Yeah. Unfortunately, when I was mining this area out, I had these placed and I accidentally broke one of them and it fell into the void. So I had to create some more redstone and, sift through a bunch of dust to get my redstone. And so I could create another one that was kind of a setback and pretty annoying. But, hey, these things happen. It's all part of the game. Why are we losing? You're not, but okay, that's not creating power because I don't have anything in it, but I should still be getting power from the lava. It's not fast. As you can see, as we get more and more GP, we can add speed upgrades, and then these get more and more efficient. They create a lot of power. I can show you it's using 1 out of 80 grid power. So I have 79 grid power not being used, not doing anything. And honestly, that's okay for now. A lot of people would say that, oh, well, that's too much. You got just all this GP not doing anything. I just look at it as a surplus. I have some headroom. And earlier when I was working, I had heard a bat. And then it dawned on me, I need that bat for my angel ring later for flight. And of course, as soon as I got my lasso out, couldn't find him. But if I hear him again, I'm going to get him, hopefully. But so for now, I think because we're a ways off yet from getting exactly what we need, I am going to go ahead and call this an episode. And then we'll come back when we have a little bit more work done and where we can actually get something going. So I guess for now, thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and hit that like button, leave comments. Constructive criticism is always welcome. And most of all, if you could, if you really like it, please subscribe if you want to see some more. And I'll catch you all in episode 10. Thanks. Have a good one.